All right. Welcome back to the channel. Vladimir Klitschko, former big-time champion, did a lot of sparring with Deontay Wilder, actually had a fight with Tyson Fury, talks about his prediction for the fight, mentions Tyson Fury's mental stability or lack thereof. Let's talk about that and this fight coming up this Saturday in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Vladimir Klitschko, one of the best heavyweights to do it. Definitely, I think, obviously the most dominant heavyweight or one of the best heavyweights since the year 2000. I would probably put him at number 2. I think it's fair to put him at number 2, but I put him at number 2 behind his brother, Vitaly Klitschko, who I think was a better fighter, but who kind of played the background a little bit to Vitaly Klitschko because, hey, man, when you got two brothers, one of them, you two guys in the same family, and they're both, at the heavyweight division, one guy typically has to take the forefront, and they can't do that by fighting. I think people believe that Vladimir Klitschko was the more marketable of the two, as he was not somebody that tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs in his when he was trying to win an Olympic medal. And actually, that is why I do believe Vitaly Klitschko didn't have an Olympic gold medal, and Vladimir Klitschko did. I think Vladimir Klitschko got the gold medal. But regardless, it was always Vladimir Klitschko, the younger brother, that was kind of put out there as a star. I thought Vitaly Klitschko was a little bit better, not just a little bit, but a good bit better. But clearly these two were the guys that dominated the heavyweight division in the last, generation of heavyweights. Now that we're in this generation of heavyweights, the guys that are at the top of the division are Deontay Wilder, who's the longest reigning champion, has been a champion since 2015. Anthony Joshua, who holds the belts that Tyson Fury, and before that, Vladimir Klitschko used to hold. And Tyson Fury, who is a bit of an enigma in the heavyweight division, but yet still extremely, extremely talented and a big guy, good fighter. Definitely. Other than Deontay Wilder, I think he beats everybody in the heavyweight division other than Deontay Wilder. But as Vladimir Klitschko says about Tyson Fury, you never quite know what you're going to get. You're never going to quite know what you get with Tyson Fury. So when Vladimir Klitschko was talking about what he thinks would happen in this fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, he said, the same cliche answer, that he hopes Tyson Fury wins. Right out of Europe, that's pretty much the ongoing saying. I want Tyson Fury to win. That's what Eddie Hearn says. I want Tyson Fury to win. I want Tyson Fury to win. And here's the thing that is just the cliche prediction. If it is a knockout, Deontay Wilder will win by a knockout. If it goes to a decision, it'll be Tyson Fury. That's what Vladimir Klitschko said. Now, what Vladimir Klitschko pointed out, though, in this fight sounded like a bit of a, hesitation because you don't know what you're going to get with Tyson Fury. And he spoke to Tyson Fury's mental makeup and the fact that Tyson Fury is just somebody that is he's just a loose cannon. Now, he talked about having he spoke about the positive things about Tyson Fury, that he's very tall. He's very tall. He moves very well. He's very awkward, right? Now he's very, very long, so he can hit you with jabs and shots from a long way away. When you're 6'9" and you're mobile like that, that can happen. And he says the same thing about Deontay Wilder. He says, he's tall, he's strong, he's obviously very heavy-handed. He's also very awkward, right? Now, that's something that you hear from a guy like Evander Holyfield often, where they talk about how difficult it is to fight Deontay Wilder because you don't know where those punches are coming from, and you really can't prepare for them. So, who are you going to get? Evander Holyfield said the only person that nobody knows what Deontay Wilder is going to do, because not even Deontay Wilder knows what Deontay Wilder is going to do at any given moment. So how can you, being a professional athlete in whether it's basketball or football or tennis. It's, patterns. You're predicting the pattern of the other player. Football plays, football coaches are predicting the patterns of plays that the other coach is going to call. Tennis players know if you're going, if this person lands here, if the ball lands here, if my ball lands here on them and they hit that ball from there, more than likely I'm going to move over here. I need to move over here because there's a bigger chance that they're going to hit the ball over here than hit the ball over here. But tennis players and guys like that and get thrown off when the person they're playing becomes very unpredictable and they just do something that you would never expect anybody in that circumstance to do, where they would just do something that's dumb, right? So that's what Evander Holyfield said you get out of Deontay Wilder. You get that type of awkwardness where, you just don't expect a punch to come from here. You expect a punch to come from here. You expect the 1, the 2, the 3, 4, the 5. You're expecting that stuff to come in certain ways and certain patterns. After he throws this person, after you throw this punch, his head's going to dip here. Then he's going to land this. So I need to move my head. I need to throw this punch, move my head here, then throw that punch, then move my head here. And you're looking for those patterns. And that's why you would have somebody like Floyd Mayweather Jr., who always says, I'm 3 steps ahead, right? He knows what you're going to do before you do it because he has those patterns ingrained. And he says, and he knows right away, he throws this, that means that's coming, then that's coming, then that's coming. So you do this, then I have to do that, then you do this, and I do that. And that's a lot of sports. That's a lot of sports. And that's when people talk about being fundamentally sound and orthodox. That's what they're referring to. But when you have somebody that is just out of the norm, and I do believe that both Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in that regard are both outside of the norm. You can't really train for a guy that is 6'9" that moves well. Because how many guys can you actually practice that with? And those punch angles from Deontay Wilder, you can't train for that. And you definitely can't train for somebody that can knock you out in 30-ounce gloves. That's an exaggeration for people that take things too literally. Somebody that can knock you out with 30-ounce gloves. You can't prepare for that. You can't prepare for somebody. You can't prepare for a gorilla hitting you in the chin. It's just, it's going to be lights out when that happens. But so that's what Vladimir Klitschko was doing. He talked about the awkwardness of both of these guys. But then when he talked about Tyson Fury, he said, and it sounded like, from reading it, not hearing it, but reading it, it sounded to me that when he said, but you don't know what you're going to get with Tyson Fury because his mental stability or his mental consistency is not necessarily there. So where you have a guy like Deontay Wilder always comes in shape. He always comes in prepared. He's fighting 2 times a year. He's been fighting at least 2 times a year his whole career. There is a good amount of discipline that you can see with Deontay Wilder in the preparation of his fights. With Tyson Fury, he might just go off on a binge. He might just go off on a drinking binge in the middle of the, or just do something out of the ordinary, just something that doesn't contribute to him being in the tip-top physical shape for the fight. So when he brings that up, you have to wonder whether or not Vladimir Klitschko, when he made this very, very neutral prediction, right, which was, if it's a decision, it goes to Tyson Fury. If it's a knockout, it goes to Deontay Wilder. But I wonder about Tyson Fury's mental stability. Right now, another guy who had mental issues in the ring is Oliver McCall. And I don't think Tyson Fury is going to have like an in the ring go crazy moment like that. But his is more than likely going to be outside the ring, which is what I don't understand. It's something else I don't understand, or I understand it, but I don't know if people really mean it or think about it when they say it, right? Like Vladimir Klitschko said he wants Tyson Fury to win because it opens up a lot of doors in the heavyweight division. I don't understand that. What doors was Tyson Fury going to open up in the heavyweight division? Tyson Fury already beat somebody for the heavyweight champion for 3 belts, and it didn't open any doors in the heavyweight division. All it did is open up doors to a drug den. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury is not going to be the type of guy that is going to be a long reigning champion no matter what, because his mental makeup isn't somebody that is going to be consistent, is going to be dedicated to his craft and dedicated to the grind. He's somebody that is a peaks and valleys type of guy. He's somebody that might rise to the occasion, but then when the occasion isn't so big, he's just going to dip down. I think it was Blue Blood that asked me in the conversation in chat whether or not Tyson Fury is just somebody that fights down to the competition. And whenever somebody says somebody fights down to the competition, all that tells me is that you are an incredibly inconsistent person. And one time you're going to underperform against somebody that you should beat. Or somebody that could really test you and really get in your chest. You might not see it coming and you're going to lose because you're being inconsistent. There can be, just like I talked about in this video, there can be awkwardness to you, to the way you deliver something, but you still even have to be consistent. You have to be consistent in your awkwardness. There's not awkwardness and inconsistency are not things that cannot live together in the same person. But Tyson Fury's not consistent. Tyson Fury's not somebody that is going to carry the heavyweight, the heavyweight championship into, to reclaim the greatness of the heavyweight division. He's going to be somebody that even if he did beat Deontay Wilder, is going to be a flash in a pan that might reflash from time to time, but ultimately is just going to spiral out because he's just not consistent enough and dedicated enough to what he does to be one of those long reigning champs like Vladimir Klitschko or Muhammad Ali or Joe Louis or any of the other guys that did, or Deontay Wilder. Because at this point, Deontay Wilder's a long reigning it goes down as one of the longer reigning heavyweight champions. But that's my take on it. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.